Allez, Kylian!
Neither Brazil, the land of King Pelé, nor France, the birthplace of many great talents, were the settings for the birth of the next football giant. Kylian Mbappé, recognized by Pelé himself in his final moments as the true successor, is the figure emerging to captivate the world. However, his journey hasn't been easy. For 7 years, Mbappé poured his energy into a club that did not offer him the greatness his talent deserved. 7 long years until he finally opened his eyes and decided to chase his childhood dreams. Now, he runs to fulfill his destiny and become a legend at Real Madrid, seeking the recognition and glory he has always dreamed of. He has the blessing of his idol, Cristiano Ronaldo, as well as Maradona and Pelé, who now rest in peace. The only thing Kylian needed was his own blessing and to take control of his career. A career frustrated by the pressures of Qatari sheikhs, the president of France, and even the overwhelming pressure from his own mother. But today, he has finally decided to fight for his independence and thus save his last golden years in the sport. He started by achieving the most coveted prize for any football player, a World Cup. But since then, the major titles in his life have been on hold. Today, his club career is beginning to flourish, and one thing is certain. With Real Madrid, the coveted Champions League trophy will soon be within his grasp. Next, the complete story of Kylian Mbappé. Rising so quickly to football stardom made me miss out on a normal teenage life, and sometimes I long for that. These are the words of an emerging legend who stands on the brink of achieving it all. He developed his own style of play, but Mbappé insisted on wanting to be like Cristiano Ronaldo. His fanatical admiration was intense, yet productive. Not only did he watch Ronaldo's games, but he also trained tirelessly to match the great CR7 of Real Madrid. Interestingly, although he grew up wanting to be like him, he seemed destined to achieve even greater feats. His powerful dribbles and precise shooting caught the attention of the true demigods of the sport. Even King Pelé, despite his advanced age, made sure to travel 15 hours to France to meet him, as if Mbappé were a potential messiah. Regardless of his fragile health, he wanted to meet the one worthy of being his successor. On the other hand, Maradona foresaw Mbappé's greatness as early as 2017, before he even won the World Cup. The great Diego was so certain of Mbappé's potential that, when Cristiano Ronaldo was still at Real Madrid, Maradona met with Florentino Perez, the club's president, strongly advising him to sign Mbappé. Ignoring the Argentine legend's advice, Florentino mentioned he already had Cristiano Ronaldo and Gareth Bale. Maradona was direct. Then sell Gareth Bale and sign Mbappé immediately. Unfortunately, Florentino did not heed Maradona's immense vision and valuable counsel. Mbappé is the revelation of modern football, capable of surpassing many. If Florentino had listened to Maradona back then, imagine how many titles and Champions League trophies Mbappé would have today if he had joined Real Madrid in 2017. It's heartbreaking to think about what we missed, but let's stop fantasizing and return to reality. Mbappé at Monaco, the young star debuted on December 2, 2015 in France, leaving everyone impressed with his formidable skills. There, he met the Colombian tiger Radamel Falcao, who significantly helped him grow and mature as a player. Together, they led a formidable Monaco to the semi-finals of the Champions League. The Sheikhs of PSG were eager to secure him as soon as they learned of his existence. Unfortunately, teenage Mbappé had to set aside his dreams of playing for Real Madrid to follow his mother's advice, who also managed his career. More than just protecting him, she controlled every step. It's a bold statement, but true. She exploited him financially to the maximum, without any shame. At least Mbappé finally asserted himself and told her face to face, "No, Mom, there's no way you're going to earn the same as me, because I'm the one scoring the goals, not you. We'll do 50-50, she told me. I will never give you 50%. That's not going to happen. I score the goals. How can you take that away from me?" And she wouldn't. She said, "I will never give you 50%. Then we settled at 30, and I said, "I won't do less than 30. I'm leaving. I'm not going to do it." There is no shame in Kylian's new contract. We talked a lot, but I'm not ashamed, and some people will say it's not enough, but it's normal with what you earn. Yes, we went through it because they are the same people. Kylian's dreams soon began to be controlled. Mbappé joined PSG in 2017 for an 80 million euros. A lot of money and everything looked great. But what no one knew was that this marked the beginning of a golden prison called Paris Saint-Germain, the team that frustrated Mbappé's most brilliant peak for 7 years of his career. But let's talk about the most glorious moment of his life. And of course, it had to be with the team closest to his heart, the World Cup with France in 2018. A 19-year-old Mbappé announced to the world that a new era had arrived. Against Peru, he made an impact by scoring his first World Cup goal in the group stage. Tina would see death on Mbappé's face. The young sprinter scored a double in the round of 16, and in the final, Mbappé added another goal against Modric's Croatia. At just 19, he already held the trophy that made Messi and Cristiano shed tears of frustration. The world knew this was the beginning of something magnificent. Unfortunately, PSG would become the cancer of his career, a team that year after year accumulated the world's biggest stars. But, friends, when there is no love for the badge you wear, no glory can be achieved. Mbappé played alongside legends like Cavani, Dani Alves, Sergio Ramos, Buffon, Neymar, and a torrent of millionaire figures. Even Messi was placed beside him to triumph in Europe, but they simply couldn't. As mentioned in other videos, glory in this sport cannot be bought. One must have love for the shirt to leave their soul on the field. This was something PSG failed to understand. However, Mbappé continued to waste the peak of his career. Nearly 300 goals in his 7 years with Paris, and he still doesn't know the taste of a coveted Champions League. In 2017, he fell to his own idol in the round of 16 against Real Madrid. In 2019, he fell again in the round of 16, this time against Harry Maguire's Manchester United. In 2020, he came closest with his only final, where he was crushed by Bayern Munich's Germans. In 2021, he was eliminated in the quarterfinals by Guardiola's City. Mbappé was tired of scoring so much and seeing no rewards on his trophy shelf. He was exhausted by countless French Cups. His career promised more than that. It had been 4 years watching from afar as others collected Ballon d'Or. The only individual success he achieved year after year was gracing the covers of FIFA. This was not what he aspired to in life. Tic-tac, he knew time was passing. That's why a call from Florentino Perez reignited Kylian's childhood dreams of joining Real Madrid. In 2021, Real Madrid made 3 lucrative offers for Mbappé, but the Sheikhs remained silent and ignored Kylian's desires. Instead, they brought Messi in to assure Mbappé that this time he would have a team worthy of his talents. The world watched in awe. Oh my God, PSG had Eminem, Messi, Neymar, and Mbappé. A team even sponsored by Michael Jordan. The union that was supposed to dominate European glory turned into the biggest disaster in history. The result of this alliance was a 3-1 defeat in one of the most epic comebacks by Real Madrid. I will not tire of repeating, there will never be glory if you don't have passion for your team's badge. Passion that the PSG badge fails to convey. Everyone plays for money, but only a few give their all on the field out of passion. In 2022, the Paris cage would close tighter than ever. The president of France, the billionaire Qatari sheikhs, and even his own mother pressured Kylian Mbappé to betray the verbal agreement he had with Real Madrid president Florentino Perez. Mbappé yielded to the pressures and locked the cage of his own cell. The result of renouncing his dreams continued to be defeats after defeats in Paris. But, on the other hand, in 2022, he would have another glorious encounter with his national team at the Qatar World Cup. Once again, Kylian was ready to conquer the world, but this time he would face a renewed Argentina seeking revenge. A battle-scarred Messi took to the field for the most epic final of all time. Mbappé had scored 5 goals throughout the tournament. The first was against Australia in the group stage. Against Denmark, he scored a double to advance to the round of 16. There, against Lewandowski's Poland, Mbappé became a beast with another double. In the final, he would face his nemesis once again, Lionel Messi. The camaraderie would be set aside in the battle for World Cup glory. There is no logic to scoring a hat-trick in a World Cup final and still losing. Unfortunately, that was what Mbappé experienced that night. A frightened France left him alone. Being the youngest on his team, he had to give a pep talk to his teammates at halftime. In the second half, France faced Messi's Argentina after Mbappé's hat-trick. He had his moment of glory at 117 minutes, but Dybala missed it. The Fury led the game to penalties, and as you know, VAR frustrated Mbappé's dreams and his second World Cup. Now, he would face another dose of reality in Europe. PSG continued with the same story. Messi grew tired of that crazy bunch and left. Shortly after, Neymar also departed. Many newspapers claim that Kylian was the cause of it all, asking for both stars to leave so he could be the main player of the team. But we all know how this ends. Another year and yet another failure in the Champions League. Doubts arose about whether Mbappé could be a team leader, leading to widespread criticism. However, Mbappé finally managed to free himself from his mother's control and the pressure from the French president. In February 2024, Mbappé decided to show the club just how crazy they were and that he would no longer stay with the team. Furious, the Sheikhs told Mbappé that he would no longer play. From February to June of that year, they intended to cool down his career by preventing him from playing, hoping to deliver him to Real Madrid. Completely detached, Luis Enrique, as PSG's coach, stood up to the board to protect Mbappé. What they were trying to do was unfair. It was said clearly to their faces. They spoke to me aggressively, made it clear. I was convinced I wasn't going to Paris. Enrique and the sporting director were the ones who saved me. Finally, in June 2024, true greatness arrived at Real Madrid. And today, Kylian Mbappé finally understood that, brother, it's official. Florentino Perez once again demonstrated to Europe and the world how to manage a football institution. You who are listening, we are witnessing something historic. Kylian Mbappé is officially a Real Madrid player. 5 seasons until 2029. The Frenchman signed to cement this new era after 7 long years of longing and disappointment. It took 7 years for Mbappé to finally have the courage to seize his future, his dream of being part of Real Madrid. Today, it has materialized. Real Madrid had barely celebrated their last Champions League when things were already moving behind the scenes. The club president remained calm, not wanting to overshadow the champions' celebration. However, the smile at an undeniable fact could not be hidden. The day after, the most trusted journalist of this era came forward to unofficially announce Kylian Mbappé's signed agreement with Real Madrid. Kylian Mbappé at Real Madrid, here we go. All the documents were signed, sealed, and finalized. Real Madrid is set to announce next week the signing of Mbappé as their new reinforcement. On June 3rd, early in the morning, Mbappé bid farewell to his city. The president of France himself came to say goodbye. Without hesitation, the president asked when the announcement would be made. Mbappé replied that it would be today, later that afternoon. He could no longer endure the constant pressure. The video leaked just a few hours later, and the countdown reached its final stage. From Spain, the time was approaching when Real Madrid would make the long-awaited and blessed official statement. At 7 p.m. Spanish time, we would finally see with our own eyes the following official announcement. Real Madrid Club de Football and Kylian Mbappé have reached an agreement for him to join Real Madrid for the next 5 seasons. Thus, brothers, the arrival of Kylian to the club that should have always been his true home was finally realized. An event so grand that it can only be compared to the memorable arrival of his idol, Cristiano Ronaldo. No matter the day, year, or season you are reading these, Real Madrid will always maintain its greatness. In 2009, Cristiano Ronaldo arrived at the Bernabeu. In 2024, Kylian arrives as well. 15 years apart, but the excitement remains the same. Epic moments that only Madrid can provide. A new era begins, which will actually be the same, because things will not change. Real Madrid will continue winning, relentlessly pursuing their 16th Champions League in 2025.
Es un día increíble
The desire
para mí,
for glory
increíble.
remains strong.
Desde que soy un niño tenía únicamente un sueño, fue de jugar aquí, y de ahora estar aquí significa mucho para mí. Por eso quiero decir gracias también a todos los madridistas, porque desde muchos años me dan mucho cariño, mucho amor. Eso se va directamente en mi corazón. Y por eso quiero decir gracias a todo el mundo de estar aquí hoy. Ha dormido durante muchos años con el sueño de jugar con el Real Madrid, y hoy se realiza mi sueño. Soy un chico feliz hoy, muy feliz. Quiero decir las gracias primero al presidente Florentino Pérez, que tenía confianza en mí desde el primer día. Wow, es increíble de estar aquí. Increíble. 1, 2, 3. ¡A la Madrid!
This has been the signature of greatness that Real Madrid has etched into the annals of European football. This is Kylian's moment, a chance to resurrect his club career and seize the glory that has eluded him for so long. For Kylian Mbappé, This isn't merely a transfer. It's the fulfillment of a childhood dream. His smile, radiant and unguarded, speaks volumes of his love and anticipation for this new chapter. Though the official confirmation took almost a year, and the deal was in the works for quite some time, it all began in June 2023, a pivotal moment in football history. As we draw this chapter to a close, remember this: the legend of Real Madrid continues to write itself, and Kylian Mbappé has now become an integral part of that epic narrative. This is more than just a signing. It's a declaration of intent, a bold proclamation that greatness will be pursued relentlessly. So, with the echoes of history reverberating through the Santiago Bernabéu and dreams soaring high, we say our humble farewell for now. The journey of Kylian Mbappé at Real Madrid is only just beginning, and the best is yet to come. Until next time, stay inspired. Farewell for now.